We are the Moonanites, and our culture is advanced beyond all that you can possibly comprehend with 100% of your brain.
Oh, is that so? And what's so advanced about it?
Well, for one thing, the moon has 1/3 less gravity than your Earth. I don't know if you can understand that, but our vertical leap is beyond all measurement.
Now, I'm just a small-town pizza lawyer, but I do declare that wrapping these 8 crispy corners of pizza in over 3.5 feet of bacon is perfectly legal. Oh, it's all perfectly legal.
Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Colin and Greg Live right here on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames. My name is Colin Moriarty. This is Greg Miller, Portillo the Wiener Dog, Kevin doing whatever it is he does. How's everyone doing today?
I'm good. How are you, Colin?
I'm fine, thank you.
Welcome home.
Thank you. Thank you for asking.
How was San Diego?
It was good.
Did you see Dredge? Or did you just get a cool-ass Dredge sticker?
No, I got a cool Dredge sticker.
I like your sticker a lot.
Thank you.
I saw it last night when I came out to take the dog out.
Yeah, I like my Dredge sticker. I just bought a bunch of merch, just for no reason.
Off the internet?
Yeah, off the internet.
Okay.
Yeah, correct.
The internet's got everything now, you know. Whatever you want, you can get on the internet.
That's what I've heard.
Pretty cool.
That's what I heard.
It's pretty cool.
Got my toilet paper delivered yesterday, or I guess this weekend. Bought some soap.
Hand soap or bar soap?
Bar soap.
Okay.
I like the Irish Spring for Men bar
Oh,
soap.
missionary.
Yeah, it's
Amy
really
Gill's dad makes all that.
Right,
You know?
yeah, that's whatever.
He sits there and carves every bar.
Yeah.
Right out of the soap mountain they have in Ireland,
Soap
where all
Mountain.
the soap comes from.
Soap
for Irish
Mountain.
Spring.
It's good to be back. Today should be a pretty quick show. There's only 6 news items that we can go about our business and get on with our lives.
Tips are working again, everybody.
Glad to hear that. Kevin, how are you?
Very good.
What's your shirt mean?
Very well. It's
Can you tell us?
I don't know.
Can you tell us
I
what
don't
your
know.
shirt means?
I'm not gonna say.
Can you come on camera and show your shirt, and then everybody will be like, what does it mean? And then years from now, they'll figure it out, and they're like, oh my god, he knew that Hideo Kojima's next game was a board game for PlayStation.
Seeing those Witness reviews today.
Yeah.
Game's supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah,
Doesn't seem like a game up my alley, but
This is my big problem with The Witness from the jump, Colin. From the jump. Is that I just didn't like Braid that much. Braid didn't click for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? So from the beginning with Witness, I'm like, I'll see how it comes out. Da-da. And so it's getting 10s, 9s, doing really, really well. And I've had it for a while, but all I've done is played Lego Marvel Avengers. So I feel like I need to play Witness at some point. But I don't know, I'm worried about it not clicking again, and I miss this great game everybody loves.
I'm going to tell you about a video game I've been playing.
Let me hear it.
It's called Life. The game of life.
Like Milton Bradley's Game of Life made a Vita
I've
version?
actually been playing A Boy and His Blob on Vita.
Oh, okay.
Which is a port of the Way Forward Wii game.
How's that
It's
treat you?
fantastic.
Yeah?
It's a fantastic game. And I really recommend that people go out and pick it up. If you are a fan of David Crane's original Boy and His Blob, which was an NES game.
David Crane, of course, the guy who made Ghostbusters.
Correct, the video game.
Yeah.
Not Ghostbusters. The
The movie, no. You know that was Dan Aykroyd.
David Crane, of course, is like a
without
famous
bragging.
game developer, Activision, OG. Made a bunch of games, but made A Boy and His Blob, which is a somewhat obscure game in the NES, came out in like 88, 89, I had it. And it's about a boy and his blob.
Oh, okay.
You throw jelly beans at the blob eats the jelly beans and then does he can become like a ladder or like
Right.
make a hole in the ground or whatever.
And as I've said, this is all an allegory about Ronald Reagan. Where Ronald Reagan, not dead, of course, when the game was made
Right.
originally. But now the blob kind of represents his ghost, and you feed it jelly beans and he helps you get through life. Kind of like Ronald Reagan helped the American people get through life as well.
That's true. That's a good point. Recommend it. I'll save more for it on PS I Love You. We could talk about it, but it's really fun. The new one's like, because the old Boy and His Blob is known as being notoriously hard and obtuse, and this one is like level by level, like short levels, and you beat them, and you have an unlimited amount of jelly beans, so you have to worry about fucking up, and it's very good. I
You
like
having
it a
fun?
lot. Yeah, I like it. a lot.
Okay.
I like it a lot. So it's a puzzle game, like a puzzle game though, which I don't really typically like,
Yeah.
but I'm enjoying it. Yeah, it's weird.
So you walk into a room, you got to figure out how to get out, kind of thing, or what's the puzzle?
Yeah, like you're just going across like a cityscape, and and there's like just a few enemies and like some platforms and stuff. So you have to figure out how to like use
get
blob
around.
in such a way to get around because your character can only jump like a little bit and he can't like attack or do anything.
Makes sense. Okay.
Okay, let's get into the news. First piece of news comes from Mighty Number 9's Kickstarter because Mighty Number 9 has been delayed yet again.
Oh my god.
Here's a statement from KG Inafune. It says, to the fans eagerly awaiting the release of Mighty Number 9, unfortunately, we have an announcement that will be very disappointing to all of you. In preparation for the February release of Mighty Number 9, we have been working hard with our partners to resolve any network issues and porting work necessary.
Network issues still the problem. This was what delayed it originally.
Yep, to publish Mighty Number 9 on the various platforms. However, the issues relating to the network modes were more critical than expected, and it has become apparent that we will need to delay the game from its February 9th release date. We have been working up until the very last moment to resolve these issues in order to make the February release, but it has become clear that we no longer have enough time to fix the issues and have everything prepared for release. The reason for the delay is rooted in bugs inside the network modes and specifically problems with matchmaking. There are two large reasons for this problem, one of them being the large number of platforms supported. The solution for each platform is slightly different. And the other stems from the fact that the engine we are using is no longer being updated, which means adjustments for matchmaking and online code are being made manually, actually reprogramming parts of the engine by the dev team themselves. Unfortunately, this is all a result of miscalculations on the part of us, the development staff. As a result, our fans who have been looking forward to Mighty Number 9 have been forced to wait for over a half a year longer than expected, and for that we are sincerely sorry. I want to take this chance to apologize personally and on behalf of the development team. Over the end of the year break and in the beginning of 2016, the development staff has been working on these issues non-stop without break, and thanks to their hard work, the end is in sight. We continue to make progress to resolve these last issues that have been holding up the release of the game on the different platforms. Because we are constantly working on it in cooperation with all of our partners, we want to wait and make sure that everything is confirmed to be ready before giving a new specific release date. But we expect it to realistically be in spring 2016. For this third delay of the game, we have no excuses for disappointing our fans and especially our backers once more. We want to take this chance to express our sincerest apologies to everyone who has been looking forward to the release. Although we are far past our original release date, the release of Mighty Number 9 is still right around the corner. We are working hard to make sure that we can finish and release the game to all of our fans as quickly as possible, and ask once more for your support of this project that we have created together over the last few years. Signed, KG Inafune.
Are you ever going to play this game? Are you ever going to pop a trophy in this game?
Yeah, it will come out. I played a trophy-enabled version of the game. Mm-hmm. The game is done!
It's been
Except
done.
for this fucking
online
bullshit.
that no one
game's
wanted.
been done since last year.
No one wanted online, Colin. Nobody needed online. This game doesn't need online.
Well, I tweeted out, Kevin, go ahead and go to, you know what?
Kevin, go to twitter.com/no taxation.
Kevin, go ahead and do that for me. won't you?
Bebop-a-rop. Make it happen.
And I want you to go ahead, I want you to work a little quicker, though. Because
Look at him peck at the keyboard.
It's like watching man discover fire. Scroll down for me a little bit. Go ahead and give me a little scroll. Keep going. Yeah, all right, so there, right there. I'm going to give Deep Silver a concept free advice. No one gives a flying fuck about Mighty Number 9's online modes. Release the goddamn game. That's my free advice for them. Let it go and patch this garbage in later. No one cares. There isn't a single old school Mega Man fan who cares about online anything to do with this game. Nothing. I don't even care if there's fucking leaderboards. Who cares? So there's gonna be a rule from now on our show.
Rule incoming. Get the 10 Commandments out. We're adding an 11th.
Deep Silver and Concept aren't getting another second of time on this show with this game until it's in my fucking hands. Do you hear what I'm saying, Kevin?
We're never talking about Mighty Number 9 again.
Nope.
Until it's out.
Nope.
Until it's in your hands, I guess.
Yep.
You have the review copy. All right.
That's it.
Give me a handshake.
Next story.
Real quick, Kevin. Oh, no, it's too late.
What?
No, it's too late. You already fucked it up. I love you, Kev. Here's some good news, Colin. Here's some great fucking news, Colin. Here's the answer to a lot of prayers we've been praying for years here. Trophies of Valkyria Chronicles.
Well, you're going to get them. Gamatsu Salamano writes, Valkyria Chronicles Remastered coming west this spring. Says Valkyria Chronicles Remastered is coming to the Americas and Europe, both physically and digitally this spring, Sega announced. It will cost $29.99. Or $44.99 if you're in Canada and have dollars that are worth nothing at all.
That's your fault, Canada. Get out of there. That's a fucking steal, $30 for this game. A fucking steal, Kevin.
In the Americas, pre-orders and a limited number of launch edition retail copies of Valkyria Chronicles Remastered will come packaged in a collectible Squad 7 armored case. The PlayStation 4 version of the tactical RPG runs in 1080p at 60 frames per second and features both Japanese and English audio support, all the original downloadable content, and PlayStation Network trophy support.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
In Japan, Valkyria Chronicles Remastered will launch for PlayStation 4 on February 10th and include Battle Demo version 1.0 for Sega's new PlayStation 4 title, Valkyria Azure Revolution. which is due out this winter in the country. When asked by Gamatsu, Sega said it has currently no word on Valkyria as a Revolution, which I'm sure will come here as well.
Of course.
That's me throwing that in there. You excited?
I can't fucking wait, Colin. Finally getting trophies, finally getting this beautiful game out to a larger audience. I can't wait for everybody to play it. You gonna play it again?
Yeah, well, I never really
say,
fucked
you played
with it
the
too
first
much.
time?
Not much, no.
Yeah. You didn't fall down the rabbit hole.
No trophies.
Such a good fucking game. Oh, I hear you. I always said they were sleeping on money. They could have patched them in, gotten some more money for Sega.
Why were they sleeping on money?
Because Sega, they didn't want the money for some reason. Now Sega's like, oh wait, we need money because we don't make that many great games anymore.
But surely if they were sleeping on the money, they had the money.
But you know how it is when you put it in the mattress, you're not collecting the interest. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
Now here we go. They're not sleeping on the money no more. They got more money coming in to make more money babies in the mattress.
Sure. That makes a lot of sense what you just said.
Thank you.
Over at GameSpot, Peter Brown writes, Street Fighter V getting free story expansion in June and final beta is detailed. This game's right around the corner, Craig.
Wait, real quick. Reginald XIV says, Valkyria Chronicles is awesome until it turns into anime. Shit, lol. It's an anime the entire way through. Fuck you. Thank you, move on.
Was that worth interrupting
It
my
was.
story for?
Yes, it was. Peter Brown is reviews editor. I don't want to hear him fucking news and stuff. That's Eddie's job. Eddie ain't over there fucking reviewing the new X-Wing Gunbolt.
X-Wing Gunbolt?
X-Wing.
Who made that game?
Sunsoft.
Sunsoft.
They're back.
All right, I didn't know that. Street Fighter V getting free story expansion in June, final beta detailed. Peter Brown writes, Capcom announced today that Street Fighter V will receive a free expanded story mode in June. It will contain over an hour of cinematic content and fill in the storyline between Street Fighter IV and the new game. You can watch the trailer below, which we won't. In a recent conversation with the executive producer of Street Fighter V, Yoshinori Ono, he explained to GameSpot how the expanded story components will differ from the story elements included with the game at launch. Quote, we have two approaches that we're currently taking. First and foremost, there are the character stories, which are really serving as a prologue in terms of getting people up to speed with what's happening in Street Fighter V. And it's very similar to what you see in other Street Fighter titles. It has still screenshots, conversations, and banter between characters. He added later, quote, this is not going to be typical illustrations. This is going to have in-game models. Everything will happen in real time. And it's also going to have an hour plus of cinematic content. To be very clear, we're going to give the story expansion out for free. So anybody who has purchased the disc and has the game will be getting this content for free via an update coming in June, end quote. So there's that. I mean, this is a game when you read comments around the internet about video games. People are very excited about it.
Okay.
Street Fighter V, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good. Are you excited for an expanded story for it?
No,
No.
not at all.
Excited for the characters though and their butts.
Oh, I love
And their
their butts.
thighs and calves. and
Oh, I
stuff.
love their thighs. You know how I feel about a good thigh.
You love Ken's new thighs.
I'd fuck Ken sideways, you know what I mean?
Because then you could have the thighs.
Right, exactly.
You'd make like a hole out of his thighs.
Right.
Because if you press thighs close enough together.
Right.
Kevin, come show me your thighs and I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Good.
Get them meaty thighs over here, Kevin.
Next story. This one's interesting. Damian McFerrin over at Nintendo Life writes, rumor Intelligent Systems is working on new Paper Mario for Wii U. Says Nintendo fans and miners of insider information Emily Rogers and Liam Robertson, the latter of whom is a regular contributor to Nintendo Life, have apparently uncovered details on a Paper Mario sequel for Wii U. According to the report, which is based on information from 5 different sources, the game is being developed by Intelligent Systems and will be announced this year. It's currently being localized and tested, which would indicate we won't have to wait very long for official confirmation of its existence, should the rumor turn out to be true. And it shows Emily Rogers, who's famous in the Nintendo sphere. Some of her tweets says, rumor 5 sources told us a new Paper Mario will be announced this year for Wii U, developed by Intelligent Systems, not a surprise there. She writes, rumor 5 sources told us, oh no, I'm sorry, the game is currently being localized and tested, so really just 2 tweets. Both Rogers and Robertson have been on the money in the past. The latter broke the news about NST's eShop Amiibo title last December, and Mini Mario and Friends Amiibo Challenge was confirmed a month later. The Paper Mario series began on N64 in 2001. The most recent entry in the series is Paper Mario Sticker Star, which I don't think people liked very much.
Yeah, I bought it and never played it. Bought it with my own money. Have it on the shelf over there and never played it. Because I loved Paper Mario on Wii. Remember the Wii version when Wii came out?
I remember when
And I don't
it came
know
out,
if, and a lot of you were probably too young to remember this. There was a time when there weren't amazing video games every month. There'd be lulls. You'd wait till another season. And Paper Mario came out in a lull when nothing was coming out. And it came to the Wii, and I played it, and it was fucking amazing. And I was like, I'm on board with this franchise the rest of my life. And then I bought Paper Sticker Star and never played it because even Audrey Drake was like, eh. Like, all right then.
Even Audrey Drake.
Yeah. And this is before she worked in it.
Right,
I'm talking when
right.
she was like reviewing. Now she's telling me about the fact sheet information and how it was localized.
Right. Very fascinating information.
Yeah.
Shoot some tips.
Let's read some tips.
Because we're
Colin.
cruising. We only have 2 more news stories.
Cruising.
Which is good because you have things to do. I have things to do. You have things to do. Everyone has things to do today. You understand what I'm saying, Kevin? Can't always have this 90-minute show. Can't always entertain you just forever.
You always say that, but then we're gonna in a second here stumble on to something stupid and crazy that only we care about, and we're gonna talk about for 30 minutes.
Sure.
Like this. You know that. Hey Nick. You know that Grant Gustin, the Flash, is in town. He's somewhere in San Francisco right now.
Who the fuck
He's Grant Gustin, the Flash.
is Grant Gustin?
He's in town.
Okay.
I don't know if they're filming the Flash, doing a little filming of the Flash around here. But if I see him, I'm gonna kidnap him.
But he's the Flash. He'll get away from you.
No, he acts like the Flash. In reality, he's just a wiry little guy. I could take him.
Like the Flash. That's really good.
Toku98 gives tip and said, question for Greg. Feelings on the phenomenal one last night. I don't know what that means.
Royal Rumble was last night, Colin. Wrestling.
Oh.
AJ Styles finally made it to WWE. Cool. I'm done. Sorry. I don't watch wrestling active anymore. Sometimes I'll pop over. But like I popped over to a Monday Night Raw on one of my flights back from somewhere, and I'm watching. I was like, this is terrible. And then it's that question of like, it wasn't always this bad, right? Like it was really. It was, but it was fun in the Attitude Era.
Wrestling
right?
was always.
And I don't mean like
awful.
the in-ring stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean talking about just like everything.
Everything was bad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All
Always.
right. All right.
It's the same way we talk about G.I. Joe or the Transformers or Mask or something like that. It was always bad.
I respect everybody who still enjoys wrestling and watch wrestling, but even last night, I was like, oh, the Rumble's on. I'm like, yeah, I'd rather play Lego Marvel. I'm not gonna go jump through the hoops of buying WWE Network for 1 month or whatever. No, thanks, I'm good. And then the other thing, here's the other thing about wrestling and UFC, and probably a million other things, but these are going to be my 2 references for right now, right? Is that literally, I don't need to buy them anymore. I don't need to do anything. Because all I care about are like the memorable moments. And when those moments happen, my timeline explodes and I put into Twitter AJ Styles, and then there's the Vine of him coming out and the reaction in the crowd. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Didn't need to pay $60 for that or $10 or whatever.
Yeah, wrestling is. It's something. It
Same
really
thing
is.
with, and that's the thing with
something.
UFC. And just the fact of like, UFC, the most exciting part is when somebody gets knocked out or choked out.
Yeah, but-
and I just see that. Ronda Rousey knocks me out in 2 seconds. I get to go see it.
Right. No, I hear that, but the major difference between those 2 sports, of course, is UFC actually happens and it's real.
Right.
You know. And I'm not saying that wrestling is bad because it's fake, but there's definitely much more to watching a real sport with an undefined conclusion. You know. That's always been my problem with it. I think that the internet has ruined wrestling too, because even in the '90s, because. You can see behind the curtain now. Like when we watched wrestling when I was a kid, when I liked wrestling in like 1989
Yeah.
or 1991, whatever the
Hogan,
fuck I was
the
watching.
Warrior.
Yeah, like you watched it on TV and maybe you had a magazine or an action figure, but that was it.
Yeah.
That was your glimpse into that world.
Yeah.
And then you just left and you watched it the next week. And so there was like much more of a je ne sais quoi about it.
Sure.
And now it's like everywhere. Now you just have it everywhere, and so it's not interesting anymore. I told you it lost its campiness in terms of like its characters and shit like that, and that's when it was it's boring. It's all just dudes without a shirt on, like instead of like fun characters and stupid. When it wasn't taking itself very seriously, when the $1 Million Man was shoving $100 bills in people's mouths,
Tatanka's mouth. I'll never forget.
that was fun.
Sure. Attitude Era was fun because it was deviating from that for the first time, but now they're in this weird thing where they're like in between, where it's the PG era, where they can't do what they did in Attitude Era and they can't go back to having it be fake. So there's this weird thing where it's all just like middle of the road. It's like, this isn't fun. And then it's also that I'm just not invested. This is very much the problem with comic books and video games, like sequels of video games, where I'm just not invested in any of these characters. I watched the Vine of fucking Seth Rollins, who looks like every other generic white guy on the roster, getting put through tables and doing all this cool shit. And I'm like, that's awesome, but I don't know anything about you. Like, you know what I mean? This is an ongoing soap opera that's been on for, I don't even know how long you've been on this shit. I don't know everything about you. It's not that fun.
Yeah, I think that it's it's not to say it's very, even though it's fake, it's very athletic. I mean, these guys are quite the athletes. There's no doubt about that. And if you like it, that's more power to you. But
Exactly.
But yeah, to me, it's just I don't know. I think we there's just so much more drama in real sports because it's not written. You know,
Yeah.
Like
That's beside the point, though.
Like, well, to me, it's not in the sense that. Like the drama of the Avalanche and the Red Wings in the '90s when they play each other in the playoffs over and over again, and there would be line brawls and all this kind of stuff. That's real,
Sure.
You know. Like they really do fucking hate each other. It's not like anyone wrote that, and they really are fighting and they really are beating the shit out of each other, and they're really playing a hockey game with consequences. I don't know. I just think one of the great things about the NFL is the drama, and again, it's real. So, yeah, I don't know. But to each his own. To me, I can't. part of me feels, and it's just because we're older now, I think, but I can't believe wrestling is still like relevant at all. You know?
I'm surprised it's still as big. That's the thing that gets me. I think it'll be relevant. I mean, even when WWE implodes and there's some kind of scandal or something, and like there'll still be little, APW and stuff like that around here. Wrestling will still be a thing forever. But I would have imagined the audience would have dwindled so much when in reality it hasn't. But new fucking kids are born every day, and they're dumb. And then they come in and they enjoy Seth Rollins. Like, oh, I like that guy. He's just in jeans and a tank top.
Right.
He looks like my history teacher. All right, whatever. Xavier Woods real funny. Every time I see a vine or a clip or whatever, I'm like, Xavier's awesome. Austin Creed, up, down, down.
Thank you for that. Next tip here, Greg. See what it is. Let me see if I can actually use this mouse. There we go. Mike actually gave us a tip and said, Colin, with Twitter hemorrhaging executives, how long before they come to the next MySpace and you are forced to pick a new social platform, or will you just retire completely? Well, I want to retire completely, but that has nothing to do with Twitter.
Did you see all this Twitter stuff?
Yeah. So this is my theory about this. Twitter is too useful to go away to too many people. It has a huge user base and a huge dedicated user base. It's not Facebook, but it's certainly not MySpace. I think they just need to get people in there that understand what's going on with it. I'm certainly not going to move over to... My instincts are to just disappear from social media completely sometimes. So it's like, if Twitter goes down, then I'll probably just not be on anything.
Whatever. You are on Facebook all the time.
Well, I removed everyone from Facebook except for my friends, and then I just have public posts. Okay. But I went through, I had maxed out almost 5,000 friends, and I removed like 4,500 people. Because I felt like I wasn't interacting with the people I actually know, and I felt bad about that, so I wrote a post about how I'm removing you. It's nothing personal, but if I don't actually know you, there's no real reason for me to be friends with you on Facebook. I want to be able to like see pictures and comment on things, and so I use it for me when I'm saying, but Twitter's like my outward-facing thing or whatever.
Gotcha.
I don't know what I would do, but I don't think Twitter's going anywhere.
Hopefully not. I like it Twitter a lot.
No, I mean, I just don't. Twitter has utility, and that's like something MySpace didn't have.
Yeah. So
we'll see what happens. People with lots of money will buy it, and it'll be fine.
Kevin's going to buy it.
Sam1805 gave us a tip and said, hey guys, Greg, I loved your analysis on the Suicide Squad trailer breakdown.
Thank you.
I've seen a few of them from DC-focused personalities, and yours was the most informed and educational. You crushed it.
Tell your friends. Tweet it out. Put it on Facebook. Put it on your MySpace. Put it on your LO.
Tokan gave us a tip and said, hey guys, it's my 23rd birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Thank you all for the response on the kind of funny animated intro I did. Has Colin seen it? I love you guys. Keep doing what you do. Link to video. I saw it. Very well done. We're suing you, but thank you.
Yeah, you're stealing our intellectual property. We have to break you.
Happy birthday. You've been served. Ricky0426 gave us a tip and said, welcome back, Colin and Kevin. The kind of funny New York City fan meetup was delayed till February 6th. My sister's birthday. Due to the blizzard on Saturday. More details on Twitter.
Details are on the forum, too. Yeah. Go to kindoffunny.com/forums. You can get them there.
Hope everyone's out over there surviving.
There's a lot of snow.
I heard about that.
It looked like The Division. Did you hear that part?
I heard about that too. Right. Geodude
Corsi
gave us a tip and said, just popped the platinum in Bloodborne yesterday and wanted to share my excitement by tipping and upping my Patreon amount for the cartoon. Cheers, guys. Thank you very much, Geodude, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Lawrence PTW gave us a tip and said, I'm 22. I'm 22, and the house I lived in for 13 years has been sold today. Oh. Life-defining moments took place there, and being a nostalgic person, I'm taking it harder than most, so thanks for cheering me up today. We've all been there, and it does suck.
Walk through the house listening to Eve 6. That'll put you a nice soundtrack. Kevin had no idea who Eve 6 was, by the way. They're young.
Really?
Young kids. Here's to the times we said goodbye.
That's the one you want to talk about?
In this is what I want, not the other one.
Oh.
This is like...
But I mean, in terms of what Eve 6 is...
I was singing that in the kitchen when I was making Kevin dinner. And he didn't know what it was, and I said it was E6. And then
Why are you making Kevin dinner?
Because somebody's got to eat with me. And then I sang the other one.
Really good.
Rendezvous.
I knew Greg was lonely this weekend when he asked when I was coming back. That was maybe the first time that's ever happened.
That was mainly I wanted to not have like stuff cleaned up.
Busy weekend though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How long can I sit around just naked out there playing Lego Marvel Avengers? That was the big question. Asshole agape playing Lego Marvel.
I don't think Greg's ever cared when I've ever come back from anything, which is fine. But when I got that tweet, I was like, that's why I was like, what? Why? Yeah.
The house is burnt down.
Let's see. Amy Gills gave us a tip and said, Testing tips. Hope you guys had a good weekend. My dad has made Irish Spring in the past, but more of the... What the fuck does that say? Poitin? P-O-I-T-I. I don't even know what that word means. I'm looking it up. It sounds like some sort of Gaelic nonsense.
Oh, the Poitin variety. Oh, Michelele.
Poitin, Irish pronounced poutine or poteen, was traditional. It's a distilled beverage between 40 and 90% ABV.
Well, send us some of that.
Was traditionally distilled in a small pot still, and the term is a diminutive of the Irish word pota, meaning pot. So you learned something new today, didn't you?
Sure did.
You're not gonna remember it though, are you?
Maybe. I remember weird shit.
See, I knew it was a weird Irish word because I had a little accent over the I. You see?
Mm-hmm.
You see it?
Mm-hmm.
You see it?
Mm-hmm. Never liked those kind of accents because it looks like the period got in a car accident. It was like sitting there all perfect, and then oh no, he's dead. His brains are all over the ground. I guess we have to eat the evidence.
Chris Leo gave us a
How
tip.
many times do you think that's happened?
That's never happened.
There's been an accidental accident. Someone tries to eat the body before people get there.
That's literally never happened.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
No, don't.
Chris Leo gives tips. Said, hey, Kyle, me and my girlfriend just finished watching The Man in the High Castle. Holy shit, thanks for selling me on. I'm glad you liked it. It's one of the great shows out there right now. This is Kid V. Gave us a tip. Said, hey, Hughes, he says, but I think he meant guys.
Okay.
I've been following you guys since the beginning of Kind of Funny. I was wondering if you saw footage or played the Division's closed alpha. Thoughts, greetings from the other side of the world, Portugal. I haven't.
Didn't play it. I've seen screenshots. Other than that, I'm on blackout. Don't talk too much about it. I have a couple Division questions for you on PS I Love You.
Okay. Fair enough.
Tomorrow, 9 a.m.
Bacon Scarves, which is a great name, gave us a tip. Said, Colin, could you tell me about my number 9's online play? Joking. Did you see my tweet about the Division's companion book? Much excitement. I didn't. I'll look into it. Excited about the Division. Story sounds fun. Little exposition couldn't hurt. Final tip for now comes from Alec Hensley, who says, hey, Colin and Greg, in the wait for Persona 5 that will hopefully come out this year. It will. I've decided to go back and play some old school RPGs. I stumbled into one called Phantasy Star.
I've heard of this game.
Is it worth my time? Yeah, Phantasy Star is a Sega exclusive role-playing game series that started on the Master System. Phantasy Star 1 is on Master System. Phantasy Star 2, 3, and 4 on Genesis. 4 specifically is considered by many to be one of the great JRPGs of all time. The difference between Phantasy Star and a lot of role-playing games at that time was the sci-fi futuristic setting and aesthetic, which was not common in a very Wizards and Warriors type genre at the point of time, based on like Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. So Phantasy Star is great, and I recommend it. The first one's a little old. It's like going back and playing the original Dragon Quest or the original Final Fantasy when you really could just jump a couple games ahead and get a much more robust experience. I haven't played a Phantasy Star game since I fucked around with Phantasy Star 2 on Wii eShop back in the day. But those games are great, and they're very rare, so you find an original cartridge, you should buy it. If it's cheap, don't buy it if it's expensive. And then keep it in a treasure chest somewhere.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, the value is only going to grow exponentially. So if you bought it right now for $500, 20 years, it's $1,000.
I don't know if that's how that works necessarily. I will say this, that Phantasy Star 4 is always the example of that came out in 95, it was a very late Genesis game. Always use the example of how cheap games are today because it was $100 in 1995 on Genesis. So stop bitching about games being expensive.
Stop
you don't
complaining.
Know what you're talking about.
The Witness is a perfect 10. Why do you care? It's $40.
We actually got one more tip in between that and this. Super Pablo Punch gave us tip. It said, best quote of the day. Quote, no one gives a flying fuck about it. My number 9's on the modes release the goddamn game. End quote. Thank you. Classic Colony says. Thank you for that. We appreciate you. All right, back to the news. Two more stories. Tamora Hussein over at GameSpot writes, her story 2 in the works. Creator confirms it's a spiritual successor. Tamora writes, Sam Barlow is working on a sequel to Her Story, which he has indicated is a spiritual successor instead of a direct sequel to the critically acclaimed first game. The follow-up was announced on Twitter, where Barlow posted a one-pager, which is a basic design document. Responding to questions, he said the game has, quote, no relation story-wise to Her Story, quote, and quote, and that Her Story 2 text seen at the top of the page is a working title. Barlow added that, like the first game, the sequel will include live-action acting, as it would be rude not to.
Agreed.
Quote, Her Story gives players a rudimentary search engine on an old police computer and tasks them with using it to find and watch interviews pertaining to a crime. By using the information provided in each clip, the player is able to dig deeper into the evidence database, find and watch more videos, and eventually discover the true nature of the crime. Her story received widespread critical acclaim and was in GameSpot's top 20 games of 2015. It also appeared on numerous personal staff picks.
I enjoyed it, and I'm excited for more.
Thank you for that, Greg. Final story comes from The Hollywood Reporter. Boris Kitt writes David Bowie's Labyrinth to get reboot with Guardians of the Galaxy co-writer.
Nope.
Great.
Stop.
It says Labyrinth, Jim Henson's 1986 fantasy film starring David Bowie, is getting rebooted for the 21st century. TriStar has closed a deal with the Jim Henson Company to produce a new iteration and has hired Guardians of the Galaxy co-writer Nicole Perlman to pen the script. Labyrinth told of a teenager played by Jennifer Connelly in one of her first roles, who has to navigate a fantastical maze in order to save her young brother, kidnapped by a Goblin King.
You remember that?
Of course. It was the last film directed by Henson, had a script by Monty Python member Terry Jones, and was executive produced by George Lucas. Despite the film's current popularity, the movie was a box office disappointment at the time of its release and led to Henson's exit from film directing. It was only in the intervening years that the film gained a strong cult following. I had it on VHS back in the day, way back in the day. It was awesome.
I'd never really heard of it or seen it until I started dating Steimer.
That's so weird.
And then all of a sudden everybody was talking about Labyrinth.
That's so weird because that was such a seminal movie in my childhood. I was obsessed with it.
Yeah.
I really was. Like, I was obsessed with Labyrinth. It was just one of those movies. It was like, what was that series that I used to like that I used to rent on?
Kevin, do me a favor and bring up the next link, by the way.
Oh, is this not true?
Yeah. Well, it's not, it's this, you're doing the one from like 3 days ago. This is the one from today. So
Okay,
come on,
well,
Kevin, bring
let's read
up.
that then.
You want me to read it?
IO9.
Yeah.
Screenwriter clears up details about that so-called Labyrinth reboot. This by Catherine Trendacosta. Nice name. Says on Friday we heard the classic fantasy movie Labyrinth was slated for a reboot. Well, the writer of the next Labyrinth, Nicole Perlman, Guardians of the Galaxy, took to Twitter all weekend to deny
that it was a reboot of any kind.
I was trying to read it off the
I
screen.
know,
until
Kevin's
was scrolling around.
just like totally unaware that you're reading his thing.
The Hollywood Reporter was the first to
funny,
report the
calm
story,
down.
saying that TriStar has made a deal with Jim Henson Company to produce a new iteration of Labyrinth. At the time, the Hollywood Reporter said that it was unclear if the new project was a reimagining of the story or a sequel, but their headline used the catch-all phrase reboot, although Entertainment Weekly was able to find out that it was actually a sequel that was being planned, which is even worse. Of course, all this news breaking this weekend after David Bowie passed away made the whole thing sound ghoulish and as a blatant cashing in on the Labyrinth star's death, which is why Perlman, the writer of the sequel script, took to Twitter. She said, not rebooting anything, guys. Henson Company and I started talking in late 2014, so the timing of these rumors is so upsetting. I would never seek to profit from Bowie's death. Labyrinth is my favorite film from childhood, so I share your concerns that any continuation of the world be handled with love and respect. Guys, please don't fall for all the clickbait. No one is remaking Labyrinth. That movie is perfect as it is. Agreed! But having a sequel
Huzzah!
is just as bad.
But now we get to see the boy grown up. He was the little boy that was tossed around and now probably has developmental disorders, but he's here to see what's up.
He is here
In
too.
Labyrinth
I've heard that.
2.
I've heard that. All right, that's it for the news.
If you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, each and every weekday, Colin and Greg Live comes to you 11 a.m. here on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames. So, make sure you click the follow button so you know when we go live. We bring you the nerdy news you need to know about, then we reach in to the prize closet to grab a prize and give it away, then we answer your questions, comments, and concerns. Now, when I reach into the prize closet and grab something, I show it to you and I put it in the prize box. How do you win the prize box? It's simple. On Friday, be in the chat or be a subscriber. If you're a subscriber, you support our dreams. Let us live this life here on Kind of Funny. You also get the cool Kind of Funny logo next to your name. You also get the cool emoticons. You get private chat time with us. One day you'll play multiplayer games with us. And of course, you are automatically entered to win the prize box on Friday. So you do not have to be here. You can go to Tuskegee.
Why would you go there?
Why wouldn't you? So far, Colin, it's Monday. Nothing's in the box. So I'm putting in this Iron Man pop pin. Little Iron Man, he's cute. In honor of Lego Avengers, I guess. I don't know why I'm doing it. Putting in this Marvel leather wallet and stress ball and collectible tin. That's the Punisher. No one knows anything about the Punisher now. But in a while, he's going to show up in Daredevil and everybody's going to be like, I'm the biggest Punisher fan of all time. And then you're going to be like, really? And you're going to be like this. Do you have the collectible tin? And everybody's going to be like, whoa, you know everything about the Punisher. And I'm also putting in this Resident Evil 0 whistle.
That's from the personal collection of Colin Moriarty.
Have you blown it yet?
I tried, but it didn't. Fucking nailed him.
It sucks. It's just like screaming.
It's a train whistle.
What pitiful train sounds like this?
You must
It's
be
getting
blowing
better.
it wrong.
That's not.
Oh, that
no.
sounds horrible.
No, none of these are good.
Portola.
But you have it now, guys, with my spin on it.
Please enjoy it.
Please do enjoy.
All right, let's jump into the questions, comments, and concerns, which you can queue up now. In the meantime, we will get some more tips out of the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. Cotillion the Robe has an update to the story, the Labyrinth movie. That's good. We just read that. Thank you for that. Chris M128 gave us tips. Said, Colin, what is your opinion on Ted Cruz's stance that he's a Christian first and an American second? I think Ted Cruz has a couple screws loose. Thank you for the tip. Let's see. We have some more down here. I'm looking. I'm going. Hide indoors. Gave us tips. Said, just got back to New York after being snowed in all weekend at my parents' house. Literally walked in the doors. He went live. First time watching. You guys not at my desk. Not at my desk pretending to work. That's what we're there for. Thank you for being here with us. Sir Angel of York gave us a tip and said, hey, Colin and Greg, are you guys having a good day? I hope you guys are, because I am. I just got my acceptance letter for Pace University in Westchester. Congratulations to you. Work hard.
Play hard.
And Dr. Tash gave us a tip and said, wanted to wholeheartedly thank the whole Kind of Funny crew for helping me fight my depression. My mother was diagnosed with breast cancer last summer, and I had a rough year of med school. You are all lifesavers. Well, we're glad to be there for you, Dr. Tash.
It's what we
and
do.
our very best to your mother. All right. Let's get into the comments.
Okay.
Shall we?
Yeah.
Oh, we have one more tip. J Baptista 9 says, give us a tip and said, well, lads, never got to hear your opinions on the 30-second Uncharted 4 trailer. I think it's the best game trailer since Gears Mad World trailer. It gives me the goose pimplies. Keep up the great work. I don't know if I even saw it. I don't know if I want to see it.
I don't want to see any more trailers. I'm done.
Yeah,
Just
I don't
give
want
me
to
the
see
goddamn game.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to watch it. Thank you for the
Oh,
tip.
Amy Gills can't send us that drink. But she'll give it to us later.
Okay. Let's see. Desmond666, very ominous, says, I'm 30 and thinking about going back to school to change my career. Should I?
Yes. I'll say yes if you're unhappy with what you're doing. Get out there and make the change. Be happy.
Let's see.
Have a plan.
Have a plan. He's going to get the degree and then...
Well, yeah, but like, even during that, save money before.
Oh, sure. Yeah. You gotta plan.
Willy-nilly
Don't just
like,
jump.
yeah.
Yeah. No. Don't do that.
Lyrics Fleshlight says, why do you hate Kind of Funny, Colin? You always seem to hate being here. It's mostly that I hate Kevin.
Understandable.
Come hug him. Hug it out, guys.
I don't hate Kevin. I don't hate the company. I own a piece of it. I love it very much. Also, it'd be weird to hate something inanimate like a company. But I do hate everyone that works in the company.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's universal for all of us. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So there's that. Let's see. Sorry We Are Something says, it's not gameplay trailer, guys. I don't care. I don't want to see any more Uncharted 4.
I'm good. I don't know anything.
It's like when they showed it at PSX and I was here watching it at home before I went to our panel. I just walked away from the computer for 5 minutes. Because I don't want to fucking see it. Joey Flowers says, Colin, how did you get into freelancing for games media? I wrote for GameFAQs for 4 years and then they approached me. So I don't really have any good advice for you. I lived a very blessed life, Kevin. But I worked very hard.
You made good content.
I did make very good content.
It stood out.
It did stand out, that's true. I would say it's harder and harder, and I don't know. I don't really know. Here's the real talk about it. I'm not so sure that getting into traditional games media is going to be really a viable path for many people for an extended period of time. So in other words, if you are starting writing now and you want to become a freelancer and work for a few years and maybe become an editor or something like that, I don't know that that's something I would recommend anymore. You have to like find a different path in games.
Sure.
Not make them, but you just go on YouTube or Twitch or become something else, a podcaster. That traditional place we started is waning.
Sure.
Like, no doubt about it.
The traditional sites continue to fall off. There's fewer and fewer, which means there's fewer and fewer jobs.
Exactly. So go in a different direction. There's ways. See, the beauty of it is that there are more ways to talk about games now, and I think it's easier to make money talking about games than it was when I started doing it. 14 years ago now. Andrew Diaz 721 says, Colin, opinions on the rumors of a 9th planet. We didn't talk about Planet 9, did we, Kevin? I wasn't on the show.
You were on that show, yeah.
We did talk about it though.
Yeah.
What do you think? Ice giant, 5 times the size of Earth, floating
I've been fooled.
in the
That's
Oort
what they say
cloud.
about Pluto.
Are they saying it's in the Kuiper Belt or in the Oort cloud? Is it so
It's in an
far
orc
out?
cloud?
Is it
Cloud
so-
of orcs?
Is it so far out that it's?
It's got a whole different orbit. Didn't you see the image?
Yeah, no, I did, but it's not a consistent orbit either. It seems like more like Pluto's orbit, which is why I'm wondering if it's just a Kuiper Belt object. You know what I mean? Like Pluto is sometimes on the inside of Neptune's orbit. You know.
I totally know. You kidding me? I've seen the orcs out there, cacawing around, doing their thing, fucking out there,
Orcs don't cook off.
spinning, always
Wow.
spinning.
Falconbox says print media died out to websites, and now websites are dying out to random people on YouTube. I think that there's some. I don't think magazines never totally died, and websites are never going to totally die. But certainly the Thunder is being stolen, much like the Thunder was stolen back in the day. So that's true. Just keep those things in mind. It's realistic to get a job at a video game website if that's what you want to do, but it's more realistic, I think, to start carving out your own path, becoming a voice of your and work for yourself, like we do.
Yeah,
At a company you don't like my own.
exactly.
Yeah.
Hate your company.
Okay. Triforce Raptor says, Colin, do you like Luke Kuechly? I do. Did you see the Panthers game? The Panthers just demolished the Cardinals.
Killed them.
I don't see how the Broncos have any prayer in the Super Bowl, but we'll see. You know, they have a great defense.
It's gonna be a
the
good
Patriots looked like
story.
garbage yesterday.
Yeah.
So
Cam Newton, super hungry, young-ish, you know what I mean? And then Peyton Manning. Is this his last hurrah? If he wins, it has to be. And then if he wins, is that how it's going to be forever? If you ever want to be a great old-timey quarterback, you go to the Broncos, win a Super Bowl, and retire. That's what everybody's trying to do.
he did win with the Colts.
I know, but yeah, it's not exactly the same as Elway. But I'm saying one last dance.
Yeah.
Win it, what a note to go
I
out of.
want him to win. So you know, the girl I'm dating is a huge Patriots fan.
Yeah.
we met. She's from Boston. That's where we met in college, and we were watching the game, and I was like, I'm sorry, but I'm like, and we were talking. I'm like, but as a football fan, you know, we get to see Peyton Manning really try one more time realistically to win a Super Bowl. Isn't that nice? At least a nice story. Tom Brady's got a few years left. Peyton Manning looks like he can barely fucking stand anymore on the football field. You know, so I really want him to. I want the Broncos to win, and I say that as someone who said all year I find that Panthers team immensely fucking likable.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
immensely likable.
Oh, yeah,
all
yeah,
of
yeah.
them.
That's the thing is, like, these are two teams that I both genuinely like. I like both their major personalities, right? Like, and I think it is that thing of, like, Peyton going out, Cam coming up. Whoever wins, I'm happy. Maybe we can get both of them on the show. Maybe they'll come by one of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that'll be good. Peyton and Cam Newton come over to the
We
house.
just make Papa John jokes all day.
But I just like that Panthers team. I like Cam Newton a lot. I really do.
Yeah.
I like Olsen. I like, you know, there's just a lot. You know, Kuechly. I like their defense. They work hard. They play hard. I like Riverboat Ron. So it's like
Riverboat Ron. How can you not like?
And by the way, you know, we haven't heard much from Riverboat Ron this year, and I think he's got a couple tricks up his sleeve.
Oh yeah.
You know, so, but yeah, so I won't mind either team winning. But I'm sorry to say to Panthers fans out there, you'll be back. You're a very good team, and your division's terrible. So
Let him have this one.
I hope you lose. But if you win, no, it's Cam Newton winning the Super Bowl. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, sure.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm with you on that one.
Okay. Let's see. Gatlin35 says, how can you like Cam Newton? His ego is bigger than Greg's. Don't know if that's true.
Impossible.
I don't know. I just
a great player.
The one tradition I like of theirs is that they give a football to a kid like every time they score a touchdown, even if they're away.
yeah.
They just have these little. They're just, I don't know. I like Cam Newton.
Yeah, me too.
Just 'cause
Charming young
someone's-
man. A charming young man.
Just because someone's cocky or arrogant doesn't mean you can't not like them too. He produces. He's doing what do they call it? The dabbing? His little dance move.
Yeah.
He takes his time when he
Sure.
celebrates.
Good for him.
Because he has to do the Superman thing, and then so he's got like a whole sequence of things he's got to do.
Yeah. It's the checks. You know, you gotta get everyone. It's like a launch sequence. You don't jump ahead.
Right. No.
Don't skip anything.
Let's see. Sundar Futanari says, if you guys have The Witness now that the embargo's up, what do you think? We have it, but I have not even downloaded it on my machine.
I have it downloaded. I see it every time, but then I scroll over to Lego.
Let's see.
That train whistle left a bad taste in my mouth.
Like literally a bad taste.
Yeah. Because I was up on it. I had that train whistle going places, you know. like a train whistle. But fuck it, it was something to do.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Dave Martin says, "Because Colin, rank your hate of the rest of the company." This is tough. It's a tough one.
Equal.
Yeah, I kind of hate everyone equally.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
You don't want it to be like a thing. You want it to be like, yeah.
It's a democracy.
I like
anyway.
that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, of course.
Kevin, bring up the new link I put in.
What do we have here?
I got nominated for another award.
God damn it.
So you want to talk about the ego? I've been nominated for a South by Southwest award. So there you go.
It's like you're winning everything but the Oscar.
Scroll on. What's the Oscar? There it is. Me, Angry Joe, PewDiePie, Tim Schafer.
That's the picture they.
I'm gonna fucking murder Tim Schafer. You like that picture? I sent him that picture. Tim Schafer shouldn't count.
Is this a voting thing?
Eventually, yeah. February 1st, you can vote. I think it's 50. I think it's half audience, half judges. I wonder if Tim's gonna win, or PewDiePie, or anybody but me.
All right, let's do. You know, I want to go into sub-only mode now.
Already?
I'm tired of all you fucking people.
You still have a few tips to get through.
Yeah, we'll get through those as well. I'm sorry?
I'm hungry.
What do you want to eat there?
I don't know. It's a full day, so
Is it?
yeah.
I don't know if it is.
Well, not for you.
Not definitely not for you either. So you know what I'm gonna send you away. You're gonna get something to eat for me today.
Chick-fil-A's?
You want to go Chick-fil-A? You want to go Nevada?
Chick-fil-A's.
Yeah, you want to go?
Actually,
Should we go to Chick-fil-A?
I'm gonna type it.
I'm just typing in
I
things.
know.
I'm looking at the calendar. Let me see.
But boy, he was something to do.
a thing,
Maybe
then let's play, then another thing for you, and then you guys got that thing.
Yeah.
I think that's everything.
It's a lot of things, but yeah.
Hey, you said thing. I mean, you said the word thing a few times
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, I mean, Craig knows what's up
Why wouldn't I know what's up?
because you just look at the schedule now.
I mean, I look at the schedule every day.
So then why'd you have to look at it now? You knew what was up then.
Fucking check, mate.
All right, so we have the meeting that no one ever says anything in,
No,
right?
that's an important meeting. What do you mean? That's always an important.
And then we have, okay, that,
That's the thing.
and then another thing,
Well, that's the other thing.
and then we have the
You
P.S.
guys
I love
say
you,
that, That's it.
and then something for.
I gotta do something.
Oh, before that, we forgot to put that on the calendar.
Which one?
You on green doing the.
No, I did that. Oh wait,
Oh.
the Let's Play?
No.
I have another thing to do on green?
Yeah.
What?
A little quick thing for South.
Oh, we're doing that on green? Okay.
You don't want to do it on green?
I don't know. Who cares?
I was just thinking of doing
Fine,
it.
I'll do it on green.
You wanted to put a picture of someone's face, right?
I don't remember. This is a drunk conversation we had.
It was drug conversation.
Yeah.
You're gonna go get Chick-fil-A.
I don't think
Colin will run the green screen of the camera. Don't worry.
How hard can it possibly be? How hard can it possibly be?
Easy, you can
Point
get
the
this.
fucking camera or
Nail it.
something.
You should get a car. That way you can just go to Chick-fil-A.
I'm not gonna get anything. I'm literally not gonna get anything at all.
Last week, Greg made me a chicken sandwich that was the like, and I'm saying this all with all honesty, was the best chicken sandwich I've
Thank
ever
you.
had. It was amazing.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.
No problem.
So I was talking about how good Greg is getting at cooking. I was thinking about it. And I think I was even talking about it. But then I had a disastrous flashback to when Greg was drunk during the stream and was putting rosemary on a fucking burrito.
You didn't.
And I'm like,
eat that
all
burrito.
right.
As the person that ate that burrito,
You were all drunk. That rosemary does not belong
I wasn't
on the
drunk
burrito.
until after God.
No, yeah, right.
I had like half a beer.
Now the only issue I take with what you said is how you said it. Is again, the rosemary was simply used for the photo as a garnish. It was not on the burrito at any point. That's all I'm saying.
But why are
And
you
also it was a
garnishing?
All Burrito that we were trying to.
Stop! Don't talk bad about the burrito. It was excellent.
It had the wing crusties
shit out
on
of
it. Yeah.
All right, let's do 5 questions.
5 questions from subs only. Don't forget you still have tips too. Then everybody get ready.
I'm not going to forget that we have subs or tips and things to read. I got to get the fuck out of here. It's time to go. Shut it down.
The whistle left a bad taste in my mouth, but I still want to use it again.
I really want to use it, but you were on there really hard.
It's not my first thing. But fuck, here we go. See,
That's
it sucks.
awful.
It sucks.
Jesus.
It sucks.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
I think they put the holes on the wrong side.
You're holding upside down too.
Well, that shouldn't
I don't
matter.
think that matters. Yeah.
Aerodynamics.
Yeah. This is really disappointing.
Yeah.
Okay, Paul L4W says, Greg, you must be excited for us to get Lego Avengers and hear your debut voice performance.
I am. That's the Let's Play I'm filming today.
How does this Lego game compare with the others?
I am embargoed until tonight at midnight. That's when we'll put up the Let's Play. That'll be my part of the game. So I cannot tell you anything about how I feel about it.
Taberscat says, who will you thank for this award, Greg? Which rank will Colin be on in thanks for this award? Is he going to be second?
I don't think I'm going to win this one, so I'm not really going to think too far ahead of it. But if I get up there, I'm just going to say thank you, Kevin, and walk away. And that's it. Nothing else.
What he said about Trending Gamer.
I did not say that about Trendy.
That you were gonna win it.
Oh. This one I don't think this one was much tougher.
Fucking won it.
We can flood they say that it's half and half, I think. So even if we win by a gajillion votes, I think most judges are going to look and they're either going to go, PewDiePie, I know that name, vote for him. Or they're going to go, oh, Tim Schafer, I know Tim Schafer, vote Tim Schafer.
But you're the Trending Gamer.
Sure, we'll see, but then that might work against me this time. He's already won an award for being a gamer this year.
That's how good of a gamer you are.
True. Good point, Kev. We're going to get out there, we're going to stump, we're going to put some door hangers out there or stuff. We'll get some votes.
Lockmore says, Colin, don't you want to be nominated for an award once? Is there any way we can make that happen? Trending Gamer 2016. I insist that I'm never nominated for an award.
No, that's not true. Remember, you're going to be nominated for Esports Player of the Year.
Oh, well, that's different.
2016.
That's obvious.
What are you afraid of, Jeff Keighley? Is anybody else undefeated in League of Legends?
No.
That's the mandate of heaven, of course.
Yep.
Not that this is Chinese history or anything like that, but it's similar to that. The mandate is that I win Esports Gamer of the Year, but I don't want to be nominated for anything. Indeed, if I'm nominated for anything, I'm just going to send a proxy on my behalf.
Are you gonna do like Marlon Brando and send like an Indian up there to accept it? Be like, he doesn't take this award. I was watching that clip on Reddit the other day. Do you know about this? When he won Best Actor for Godfather, he didn't go to the Oscars. Instead, sent an Indian woman who went up there and got up there and was like, Mr. Brando sent me to say he doesn't want this award and to say that the way people treat Native Americans in this country and in the film industry or da-da-da. And like, people start booing her and she was like, damn, shut the fuck up, man. Let her say her piece.
It's a big award this year now.
Yeah. Marlon Brando don't give a fuck though.
Yeah, that's true.
Big Richie 7 says, what does it mean for gamers that Kojima is going around visiting all these Sony first-party studios? It means that he's in search of new technology.
Yeah, I know. I like that. That's what they said. He's searching for new technology, just seeing everybody's game at first parties.
Let's see. Josh Krause says, Colin, we learned something interesting about you while you were gone last week. You wear white old man hospital boxers that are one step short of being made from paper. Care to comment? Well, I only have 2 pairs of those left because the others
They've been disintegrating.
But I like to keep my boxers until they barely aren't there anymore. And you can see through them if you want. You know, I have no problem with that. I take no issue with that at all.
Oh, good. Okay.
Does it have a button in the front?
No.
Oh.
So sometimes I wake up, my
Yeah.
dick's just hanging out of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, that's
Swinging in the breeze.
You ever wake up, you were sleeping breakfast, you ever wake up and your junk's just like hanging out of your boxers? You know,
I've
like,
had that happen.
I mean, I
Now with the boxer briefs.
maybe you guys, because you guys are more normal sized people, you know, you guys can't relate to.
I hear what you're saying.
You understand
I see
what
where
I'm
this
saying?
joke's going.
Sadly, it's no joke. Sadly, it's no joke. Let's do one more. Let's see. I want a good one, Greg.
Okay.
I want a really good one.
Do it, man. I believe in you and your ability to do this.
Mike Layer says, Greg, after reading Red Sun and Last Son of Krypton, any other Superman comic recommendations?
Last Son. Kingdom Come, of course. He said Last Son. He said Last Son of Krypton. Read Last Son by Jeff Johns, Richard Donner. Kingdom Come. Not Birthright. What's the one I'm thinking? Secret Origins. Jeff Johns' Secret Origins. Brainiac. Jeff Johns' Brainiac. That's good for now. Start there. Death and Return. That whole saga is fun. Old though, dated.
Do you like the All-Star?
I didn't like All-Star that much. I mean, it's fine, but like for me, it's not my Superman, and it's like all broken up, and it doesn't make any sense. And like, is he still dying? What's happening here?
Same boat there.
All right, let's get out of sub-only mode.
All right.
Let's read the rest of the tips.
Okay. I just kind of randomly went down. I'm not sure if that's where he stopped. Party's out in LA.
Mario Dominguez says, hey guys, big fan. Please watch this Casey Neistat video, snowboarding in New York City during a blizzard. I actually saw this.
Didn't tickle your fancy?
That's
Didn't set your
people
hair back?
snowboarding in New York City.
Done. Don't care.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
Do they go down the
What do you
side of the
guys-
Empire
what-
State Building?
there's 3 of us, so we can have a consensus. Do we watch the video? Kevin, what is
I
your
say we
vote?
watch it.
You say yes?
Yeah.
Greg?
I can go either way. So you guys make cases now why we should watch it. Why should we watch it?
I haven't seen. So
Why shouldn't we
kinda-
watch it?
Okay.
I'm hungry.
All right, no, we're not going to watch it.
Oh, Greg. Greg likes
I'm
the food
voting with
argument.
Colin. Democracy.
Coca-Cola addict gave us a tip and said, hey guys, Portillo's is opening a location in my city, Tampa. I haven't been to Tampa in a long time. Their first one in Florida. Just letting you guys know you have a place to meet and greet if you ever come to this far
Awesome.
south. I like Tampa a lot. It's a cool town. Had friends down there in college, used to go visit. OBKid09 gave us a tip and said, Colin, could you give your thoughts on a recent Chipquisition where he talks about Square? And how they and many other publishers didn't believe in this gen and the result of there being so many HD re-releases. I actually heard of this, but I have not watched it yet, so I don't have anything to say about it. Wouldn't be a huge surprise to me, though, considering the way everyone was talking about video games and cell phone games and all this kind of stuff and how fucking wrong everyone was about everything. Except for me, because I'm never wrong.
Exactly. Hashtag Colin's right.
All right, Greg, that's it for questions, comments, and concerns, but let's read, before we go, our subs.
Your
If
sub-a-doos.
I read your name, you are a new sub or a resub, and we appreciate your support here on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames. Westbray26, Zyklon65, The Geek Chic, G-Man Ice Cold,
Oh, ice cold.
Justin Ryan Bear, Kuro Kuma, Super Bowlminator, PSW 2008, Remake Yourself, Deathbird EX, DVZ TV New, and Matthew Goodnight. Thank you so much for your support. We appreciate you very much. All right, that's it for us here on Colin and Greg Live. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter at KindOfFunnyVids. I'm at No Taxation. Greg is at GameOverGreggy. Kevin is at KindOfFunnyKevin. Support us on Patreon. Follow us, or subscribe to us on YouTube, rather. Find us on Facebook and all sorts of other places. Kind of funny forums.
Everywhere.
Everywhere you want to be. Greg?
Yeah.
Good to be back. Kevin? Very handsome. We'll see you tomorrow for more Colin and Greg at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Until then, goodbye.